Are you flexing?
No,
You definitely are.
I'm really not flexing, I
Flexing your
swear.
cheeks.
Oh, yeah, you
No,
are
I'm not.
flexing your chi-chis.
That's flexing. Flex.
What are you doing? Are you going to flex the whole time?
I'm not flexing.
Your cleavage
Okay.
is showing, Michael.
I mean, I do work out. It's cold in here.
It is. There's snow actually blowing in the windows.
Because the
There is.
wind's blowing today and the
Oh, you
windshield.
did it again!
What you did?
Jackie!
Oh my god.
Is that the same one or is that a different
every
No,
one?
it's a
day.
different one. She
Different
just
You
knows
broke
it's
every
not.
single one of these.
Let me fix it
I've
for
done
you.
that.
Every time I get the
What is
broken
that?
one.
It's gonna be the end of me.
It ain't a broken one.
Yeah.
It's not
You
broken.
give me the broken one. Is this gonna like sound weird if it's like right under my double chin?
No.
Hey,
I mean, all you have to do is pinch your thing together.
Oh.
So I should move my microphone
Did you
too?
did you say peach?
Pinch.
Peaches.
Pinch.
What?
A little higher.
No.
Right, not right on your titty. I'm making you uncomfortable.
He says uncomfortable.
I mean,
Oh, now I
And
pulled
you
a
said
Jackie.
Peach it.
Oh,
Peach
shit.
it. Peach it.
Shouldn't have
Children.
touched anything.
You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long.
Episode 4.
Four.
All right,
Karate chop it.
Karate chop. So, we're going to talk about the campaign, the mayoral campaign, Michael Nail.
2023.
What made you decide to run for mayor? Because it wasn't me.
No, Matt, you had nothing to do with it.
But really, though, we're not just being sarcastic.
No,
Like, he really
no.
had nothing to do with
He
it.
didn't.
He really had nothing.
Really, I mean, we had thrown it out there one time, just kind of just saying stuff because I didn't, at the time when we lived here, this is before he started any businesses. So Brianna was working. I was semi-retired, I guess.
You were
Semi-retired.
A stay-at-home dog dad.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then really, Councilman Steve Cherry is the one that kind of talked me into it for good.
I like how official that sounds.
Councilman
Steve.
Councilman Steve
Cherry.
Cherry.
Just not
Well,
Steve Cherry.
we had moved into town.
Yep.
From the Upper Valley. We lived in the Upper Valley. The windstorm hit. We decided if we were going to be here full time, we needed to live in town. And so we were in town. You started getting involved in everything and decided you just wanted to be more involved. And everyone was saying, Linda was saying she was not running.
Correct.
So Linda told you she wasn't running?
She told me to my face. So when Sloan moved away, and then Linda did, she put out that deal where you could apply for his position. And there was, I believe, 4 of us that applied. It was me, Tracy Green, Bo McDowell, and I think it was 4 of us.
Cimarron.
Was it? Yeah, Simi applied. And so whenever we went and interviewed at the town hall with Georgiana and the mayor, she said, we had already been talking about running for mayor with Steve Cherry and them, and I'd been on the fire department involved in town. And I asked her if she was running again, and she said no. And my exact words to her, I said, then I want your job. And then we all kind of giggled and, went on, and she asked some questions about what do we want to do with council and this and that. And then we went on about her business. But yes, she did state to my face that she was not going to run again.
And even that council thing was kind of like a weird deal, because when they went in and went to vote for it, they did this whole thing where like, okay, just throw out a name and then someone will second it. There was like no like voting or like anonymous. It was just like someone throw out a name. And of course, the first name thrown out was Bo McDowell, which is her son-in-law. And it's like, well, that's not appropriate for her son-in-law to be on the council while she's on. You know what I mean? It just seemed like such a conflict of interest.
But nobody seconded
But
it.
no one seconded it. And then it got kind of awkward. But at the same time, it didn't feel appropriate. And then she said they didn't do it. So then it was awkward. And then they said, okay, throw out another name. And then 2 people threw out a name. One person threw out Tracy and one person threw out Michael. And she decided to go to the one that she wanted, which was Tracy, which was fine. We didn't think anything of it, except for now we see that there's a pattern of like, we do it different every time. Sometimes they vote. Sometimes she makes the decision. Sometimes depends on what direction she wanted it to go into. So I think she wanted it to go to Bo. And so she wanted to be
course.
like, no, that wasn't me. That was the council. But then when she wants someone, then she appoints them. So just a little history on why we say things are kind of like done a little different every time.
Yeah, and she chose the lesser of two evils, and then pretty immediately regretted it.
Oh, absolutely regretted it. Yeah, that bit
She didn't
her.
like Tracy either.
No,
Oh,
no.
gosh. Campaign started. In fact, you walked into the restaurant one day and just said, "Hey, I'm going to run for mayor."
Yeah, so at the time, we were our friendships were developing.
Yeah, we
We didn't hang out that much, and then I had told we were sitting there eating one day when Vine was upstairs, and told you that, hey, I'm going to run for mayor, and then I could tell your brain was
Processing.
processing what we were saying.
Yeah, because I think at the time I was considering possibly throwing my hat into the ring of doing something politically, just because I felt like something needed to change. But I also was battling back and forth between obviously starting brand new businesses and had a lot going on. And because you were semi-retired at the time, I thought, oh, that's great. Somebody needs to run, and somebody that I can get behind. And so I did pretty immediately just get right behind doing what you were doing. And then,
Yeah, and you were good. We decided because you were so good with technology, and I'm illiterate when it comes to technology,
Not illiterate.
that you were good with the videos and stuff like that. So that's why we always said, well, Matt's our campaign manager, because you were good at what you did. So we had you do it.
yeah.
And also started having a lot of conversations because again, like we weren't all like great friends hanging out all the time, but through all of this started having all of these conversations and found that we were really aligned on a lot of things. I mean, most things we're aligned on. If we're not aligned on it, we have the conversation and it is what it is. But there was so much that we were aligned on and had like the same visions. And so I think that like that was really nice though too. And so it was just like a really smooth transition into our friendship, but also
No, our
into
friendship
you.
grew because of the
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
It was pretty natural, pretty
Yeah.
organic.
Yeah.
I don't think anything was forced at all. I know at one point, I know Tracy Green did come to me and say I needed to not manage your campaign or not produce videos because I was going to hurt the campaign. And then we had that conversation. Like, maybe I am a cancer for the campaign, and maybe it will inhibit you from getting elected. And I don't want to keep you from getting elected. We did have a very
We did.
honest conversation at one point, because the last thing I wanted was for you to not have an opportunity to serve in that capacity just because I was involved in it. And I know, I mean, that's part of why we're doing what we've done in the last couple of episodes, is sharing the story, because what my side of the story is entirely different than Linda's side of the story.
Yes, and what was being spread
Well-
around town, because we were hearing that you like just came in like really hot and it was just like crazy, and it was and then when we heard what happened, it's like, well, of course he's mad about that. Of course someone's going to have issue with that. And then we just
Well, during the campaign, I had multiple people come to me and ask what Matt Dietz was going to have to do with the town. Like, was I going to hire him for city administrator if I was elected, or what? Because the way the other side was spinning it is I was Matt's puppet, and that's exactly what they were coming to me and saying. Hey, these people are saying you're his puppet. Matt's going to have all the control. This is Matt's having you run for the control of the town.
Sure.
And that's completely, it's a lie.
But can I say that if it weren't you, it would have been another reason. I think it was like a crutch. It was something that they could lean on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's attack Matt, and because that's easier. I think it would have been
needed an enemy.
they
They
needed
needed it, yeah,
something, and then it became, well, you haven't been here long enough. And at the time, we didn't have any businesses. It made sense. He had time.
He's been in community service and served the community
Yes.
your entire career with fire.
Yeah. Basically, since I was
Yeah.
16
Fire
years
chief
old.
at 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, fire
Yeah.
chief at 21.
That's debatable.
Well,
So it was
we did have to
debatable.
make a video because the other side was swinging it that I was
West
not
Black.
a fire
West
Black.
chief.
Yeah.
West
Started
Black
making
started-
phone calls, started doing all that stuff, and it was just silly. And it was just like I get it. Some of y'all lie about really random stuff. We don't though. Like you want to know what we are, what we're doing. Like we're full. It's full transparency. Like you know
We're
what you're
finding
gonna get with us.
Newspaper clipping for
Yeah.
I think my favorite part of the campaign management aspect of it was the forum.
I still have PTSD.
Oh, that was great. So, behind the scenes,
Yeah.
what everybody doesn't know is we spent weeks preparing for the forum, and at one point,
Yeah,
Brianna,
we were provided the questions. All the candidates were provided a list of questions for the mayoral candidates and then the council candidates. And so about 2 weeks? It
Yeah.
was 2 or 3 weeks before the forum.
Mhm.
And then yes, we went through and wrote out every single answer to every single question.
yeah, and hammered down on it every single day for hours a day. And the last 3 days prior to, we probably spent 6 hours a day going and covering every single question. And
Yeah, because literally Matt would sit. Brianna was out of town working at the time. Just happened to be the same
with the intent to return.
with the intent to return. He would lean up against the couch, and I was sitting at our dining room table facing him. He would read a question. I'd answer it. He'd be like, say it again. I'd say it again. Say it again. I'd say it again. Say it again. It was just over and over. It was, yeah. So if any of you have not seen the movie The Campaign,
Oh,
go watch it. Like, put a pause on this. Go watch the movie, then come back to what we're
it's
saying.
Zach Galifianakis, Will Ferrell. It is it's
Exactly what happened
it's
here.
so good. It's exactly what happened
I
in
mean,
Red
not all
River.
of it.
I mean,
Not
lot
all of it,
yeah.
but yeah.
Well,
There's
yeah,
some
Well,
yeah, there was some.
Make sure there's
But,
no
like,
kids around when you watch it.
Yeah, it's hilarious, and it just like reminds us of, like Matt getting on to Michael and trying to help him. Matt is into he can do public speaking. Michael, it's not just like your
Obviously,
favorite.
I'm not as well spoken as Matt is.
But
in
it's not
public.
your favorite thing to do, to stand in front of an audience and talk, which most people aren't. Like, how many percentage are afraid of public speaking? Like,
Oh.
that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's the
But
number one fear.
The
most
problem,
people.
though, Matt, we're going to go into this.
What actually
Is-
happened to poor
What
Michael?
actually, no, is that you said, no, you're ready to go. You don't need your notes. Speak
did.
from the heart.
I did.
And I
He said
just
you'll basically look like a
died.
fool if you go on there with notes.
Yes.
And they're going to see right through you. That's what he told
And
me.
I thought, what? Why am I not there to help this? Why am I not? When
Well,
I heard,
you didn't need to be there. We FaceTimed
thank
you.
goodness I
We
wasn't there.
FaceTimed you. You got to see him in action.
Oh,
He was
no.
ready. He was prepared.
No, I mean, at the time when I was on FaceTime, but I was like giving some feedback about things being
Like
said.
what?
Well, like when it was like, oh, like hold on. I
We're
was like,
waiting. We're
how
waiting.
much like the question was about like funding, and you're like, my mom raised money, and I was like, your mom? Why are we talking about your mom? And he's like, no, I meant like I could, like, she has experience in this, and she's raised a
She'll
lot of money
mentor
with the
me.
school district, and so there's like this and
What I was trying to say is you can get advice from or consulting from other people.
listen,
And the way the other side was trying to spin it is if Michael gets elected,
he
then
is
we
not-
lose everything with the state. We lose all our funding and everything. Well, that's not true because per capita we're in the top
Because your
10.
mom
I know,
is in the
but
back pocket.
But our point was you can consult with certain people to get, on what to do to get funding and
I
who
thought
to
it was
talk
a
to.
great
don't-
point,
It's
Brianna.
okay. I know you
I
did,
thought it
and y'all
was good.
totally didn't listen to
Hey, see
And
what
then,
I have
like,
to deal with on a daily basis?
this. And then someone did say, but I want to say someone did say, like, why did he bring up his mom? And I'm like, I don't
Did they?
know. Yes.
I think she just made that up.
She
Okay,
does.
okay, but let's
But
She,
anyway.
she probably dreamt that one night.
no, but let's also talk about though
Boom.
when you did get there, he didn't have his notes. He got up there everyone has their notes except for him. So then he immediately starts to panic.
I went straight into panic mode because I looked to my right, you got Rob Swan sitting there, and I looked to my left, there's Linda, and then I looked down with the council candidates, and everybody's reading word for
Notes.
word from their notes. And I'm sitting there literally naked in front of the entire town. I mean, that's the truth. And then
When you panic.
and I panicked, and I got, what was the guy's name that,
Ant Thornton.
yeah, Ant Thornton was doing the mediation, and he asked Matt to time, everybody gets 2 minutes. And so Matt was doing the timer. So I got Matt sitting right here in front of me. Then I have Santi, and then his daughter Caitlin. So they're all three directly in front of me. Well, Matt won't even look at me. He's like this with the phone. Won't even look at nothing I'm saying because he's so disappointed. and then here's Santi. He's sitting there like, looking at me. Yeah, you could tell he's just shaking his head. Then I got Caitlin dead eyeing me going, and I'm like, oh man, dude, my face was so hot.
Okay, but you also started off with your introduction, and it was supposed to be saying, I'm not a politician, I'm not this, I'm not that. But he was like, I'm just a regular guy. I like to play golf with the boys. And then it cut off. I wasn't even there, and I can imagine. But it was
man.
It was what? That was there was so much more to that opening that you were supposed to do, and you went blank.
That's true.
And that's why Matt, from that point on, after I like to play golf with the boys, Matt immediately just, and he rocks back and forth. Oh my gosh, what in the world? And I'm not there for any of it. And so thank goodness, because I don't know what my face.
Well, the best part was
before.
afterwards, and Matt said, if anybody believed any of that, they're uneducated.
No. Wait.
It really hurt Michael's feelings.
Michael said
I think it was pretty
after it was over, I think it went pretty well. I had some people tell me that they thought it was pretty good.
And they did.
And that's when I said, if anybody told you that was good, they are uneducated. It was not good.
But you also had Michael Calhoun walk up
Oh yeah.
and whisper in your ear that you're a dumbass.
That's
And
true.
when I heard that ticked me off because I thought, come on, dude, you're in a public forum, you're already going through this, and then you got this little.
Well, he didn't whisper in his ear.
Well,
he
he
said
just
it.
walked
He
by.
said it, and then
said it.
and others did hear it
Yep,
because
we do have witnesses.
We do have witnesses of that happening, and it was just tacky and it was gross.
It still
I'm
makes me want to fight him.
It does, and I'm so glad I wasn't there because if I would have heard it, Michael's really even tempered.
Very sweet.
It
He
would've
doesn't
been-
want to fight anyone.
No, it would have
so-
been a different story if I were there.
Something.
But it made me mad. And then afterwards, then the critics came out.
No, I mean, I
You
did have a
know,
few people say that it wasn't great, but they're like, we wouldn't have got up there and done that.
Yeah, it's
No
hard.
chance.
But I didn't like the
At
narrative.
least not without our notes.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Matt. But I will say that the people came out. Look at him. He didn't even prepare, and I was like, he totally.
Man, we prepared so many hours. It was just,
It's
I
not-
froze when everybody else had notes. I mean, Rob, he had papers with him, but I think he winged it too.
Pretty much.
I don't think he pulled anything out. He pretty much winged his part.
And
But everybody
Linda-
else
and
read
Linda
off their
is,
papers.
been in this position for 20 years, and she even used her notes, Matt.
She did.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take accountability for that.
I
There we
take
go.
full accountability. I should have let you use your notes. I apologize, Michael. People are right. I probably am the reason you
But
lost
listen,
the election.
hey, the forum alone, how many times every week? It gets brought up once a week at least.
Oh
It's-
yeah.
For the last 2 years, we still laugh about.
That's why it's my favorite part of the whole
Jeez.
campaign.
We're feeling good, and then it happened. We're like, yeah, I don't know. And I was out of town, and so I'm waiting. Oh, how did it go? I think it went pretty good. And then I talked to someone, maybe Caitlin or something, and she was like, oh, it was not good. And I was like, why do y'all have such different stories? And I think you were just.
I
trying to
think
be-
I was just relieved because it was over.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yep.
Why didn't you just look at Linda and say, "Can I borrow your notes?"
Yeah.
So, are we? Is it election night? Is that going to be a different podcast?
Yeah, we'll do it as
Okay.
a different story.
Because that's
Yeah, absolutely.
It is a good story.
But I will say the forum was definitely my favorite part of
Yeah.
the whole election
oh yeah,
process.
those hands
At
down.
least in retrospect, it wasn't my favorite part while it was happening because I was the most uncomfortable I think I've ever been.
Dude, it
But
was
Yeah.
you and me both.
now, now it's one of my
oh
favorite
man,
stories.
it was cringe.
It was
It was cringe.
Well,
It still makes my tummy hurt for you.
there was a
And
lot.
Can I say though, if Jackie would have been in the picture during this time, Jackie would have.
She would have
like,
comforted me.
She would have comforted
She would have.
Michael because
That's
now
true.
like y'all like get each other and she has like the right words for him and I think she would have had that like she would have made you feel comfortable.
Well,
But
we have the same processing speed, so we both process things in the same way, and we don't love to speak in public. We can have conversation all day with a small group of people, but whenever you're in the lights, you panic.
And
So-
she
and he was-
probably would have forced me to let you take your notes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, yeah.
But there was a lot that happened
There was a lot.
leading up to the election. A lot of conversations, including one conversation with Linda that you referenced a moment ago. And I think we need to jump into that conversation and talk about what happened there in
Okay.
part two.
Part
of this
two.
video.
part two. Okay.
So I think for now, episode 4 has
Is
come
this
to
like
an
4A
end. 4A.
and 4B
4A. 4A
and we're done.
done.
You can kick rocks if you don't like how I talk. I'm gonna keep on talking and walk my walk. Ain't changing my tone, ain't changing my song. I was born this way, been loud too long.